Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and I'm back for the hashtag 50 stack challenge number 4. So if you do participate in this challenge and you post on social media or YouTube or wherever, make sure you use the hashtag 50 stack challenge for all one word. No capitals on any of the letters. Okay, that way people will be able to find you, I'll be able to find you, all those kind of good things. So if you are not familiar with this challenge, what I do each Monday is draw 2 prompts out of my little bag. There's 50 prompts in here. I get asked all the time, well, there were 50. Now there's less because we've drawn, this is the 4th week. So we've drawn 3 other weeks. Sorry, it just scared me. Some ice must be falling off the roof and just made me jump. Anyway, so each week I draw 2 prompts out of the bag, and then the idea is that you make 1 piece of ephemera for each prompt. Okay, so for example, last week I drew, for number 5, I drew cat. So I made a little kitty cat pocket to, I would probably paper clip this one onto a page because it's cute back here too, but you could glue it down and, you know, have a tuck and all that, but it also has a guest check in there. So that's my cat piece of ephemera. And then the number 6 was pink. So I did this little flippy, you know, journaling spot type card, and this was Mitzie at 317 Junk Journals, 307 Junk Journals. I'm sorry, Mitzie, the numbers throw me. I don't know. I'm trying. But she is linked in the description box below the video for this one. So anyways, go and check her out because she has lots of cool ideas. But I believe she got this one from Rachel at Roxy Creations. I don't really know. I just, Mitzie sent me one in the mail. This one here. So that's where I got the idea. Okay. So that's the idea. Each week you make 1 piece of ephemera using the prompt. If you get pink, say, and you're like, I don't do pink, like pink is not my thing, you don't have to do it that week. Or you can do like just having something like this on whatever it is you make, you know, some little pink item, 1 item is fine. You don't have to use all pink. I just tend to do that when I choose a color, but you could just have this lady, and that's it, in pink and whatever colors you'd like to use, if you see what I'm saying. And the same thing like with cat. You don't have to make the whole thing about cats. You could have a child holding a cat or whatever, and you're done with the prompt. It's just, you know, it's really, the reason for this is to build a stash of ephemera so that when you make journals, you know, you always come to that point where you're like, if I just had a few more things. Well, this way you might be able to just grab 1 more piece to put in your journal, if you see what I mean. The theme for this time is journal items or topics or whatever. Like, for example, I could make a cat journal, and so this one would go in there. And this one I could make a pink journal, and it would go in there. But you don't have to. Of course, you can use these pieces of ephemera in any journal you make that they would, you know, correspond with or whatnot. All right, so I think I got that. Oh, I know the other thing I was going to say. Some people have asked me if I put these back in the bag. I don't. I start each 50 stack challenge with 50 prompts in the bag and just draw out of it until, you know, our time is up with the, once we have, it's 25 weeks and we have 50 items, I'm done. So there are, and I'll show you, lots of prompts in the bag. All right, so I'm going to draw number 7. Number 7, and I don't have, there it is. I'm like, oh boy, we're starting this off good. Botanical. So say you were going to make a botanical journal. So you make 1 piece of ephemera for botanical. And then, let's see, got 2 there. Let's just have 1. All right, number 8. Oh, Halloween. Wrong time of year, but hey, hold it till Halloween and you'll have it. And it can be anything. Like you could just put a pumpkin on it and call it. I mean, I don't care. I am not the 50 stack challenge police. The other thing is last week, a lot of people combined pink and cat. That's fine too. It doesn't matter to me. This is your ephemera. So if you want less pieces at the end, then combine them. Whatever you feel like doing is fine with me. Okay, so I think I hit everything. Oh, except hugs and blessings to Daily Dose of Paper here on YouTube. Go check out her channel. She's fabulous. Daily Dose of Paper, all one word. Pat B, thank you, thank you. And Cindy L, thank you. Love you guys so much. And thank you always for your nice comments and supporting my channel and just all that you do for me and have been with me for a while. So I thank you guys very, very much. And yeah, thank all of you and welcome to new subscribers and welcome back to continuing subscribers. I really appreciate all of you. I will be right back with the stuff to make these. Okay, I'm back and I just want to show you guys these real quick. I finally got my printer working, so I want to show you them before I forget. So this is a new digital I have. It's butter yellow embroidery and there's 12 sheets. So we're just going to go through them real quick because it's like the other embroideries I have. I have pink, blue, purple, now yellow, cream. I think that's all of them. So, and they're all different. So you're not going to get, it's not just this embroidery in a different color. They're just all different because it's just what I can find. This is a great one because that's a good journaling page. So yeah, 12 pages like the rest. If you've already got like the pink or whatever, it's 12 pages just like that. I just wanted to show you what they look like. Oops. All right. Okay. So that is done. I don't even think I've shown you guys the purple one yet. My printer has been being a gigantic pest. So anyhow, so Botanical. That one I feel is the easiest yet, because I think that's one that we've all played with in some form or whatnot. So I'm going to use Tim Holtz paper because Botanical is very easy to find on his paper. Hold on, I gotta grab my cutter. You'd think I would remember that. I think I have everything and I never do. So anyway, I'm going to start, and these are those ends, you know, the ends of his stacks. If you've had his stacks. I know you can't, well, you can still get these because sometimes they're on Amazon, but I just mean these aren't in production anymore for him. He's not making them anymore that I know of. I could be wrong. I do not know all the Tim Holtz ins and outs. That's just what I heard, that he wasn't doing them anymore. So, anywho, I happen to have one, so that's what I'm using. So I'm just going to take this square, which I believe these are 6 by 6 in the back of his stacks. And I'm sure it's not perfectly even because, well, I cut it out. So there's that. That definitely has an impact. And this is kind of old, you can tell because it's split. And that is because I hoard it, because I like it and I don't want to use it. So that's what you get for hoarding. You get old paper that cracks. And this isn't even like, you know, old. Like, I get why the really old paper cracks, but for some reason, scrapbook paper does it too. Anyways, how are you guys doing today? I hope you're fantastic. I am doing better. It is warmed up a tiny bit. Like, I think we got above freezing today momentarily. But, yeah, I have had some melting, but the problem with that is now I'm just going to have more ice. And I have had a problem in the back of our house, like we do every time we get these really big snowstorms. So this could not be any easier, honestly. I am making literally, but this is how easy you can do it. You don't have to, like I've said before, reinvent the wheel every time you make a piece of ephemera. It's fun. Oh, it's heck yeah, it's fun when you can think up something new that nobody's done. But you just don't have to do that every time. Yeah, so anyways, the back of the house, we have this one gutter that they put on slanting towards our house, which we didn't figure out until we had quote unquote snowmageddon, which is what we call it. And we had so much ice trapped up in that that thing, and it started to leak into the house and down the wall and into the floor and everything else. That was the biggest disaster. We had to have that all fixed. And so then the next summer, my husband went and fixed that gutter so that it obviously doesn't tilt backward to the, like it wasn't straight, if you see what I mean. It was tilted towards the house, so obviously then the water runs toward the house instead of away from the house. So he fixed that, but for some reason, still, when it fills up with ice back there, it still wants to leak in the house. So today I'm out there, and I can barely reach those gutters, even on a, we just have like a little step stool. I can't get the big ladder out there, but anyway. So I put, husband's coming home tonight, thank the Lord. So I put ice melt at the end where the drain is. So I'm telling you, I'm just not tall enough, strong enough, young enough. Let me see, can I figure out some more things I'm not enough of to do all this stuff? So sorry, trying to find where I set those pieces of paper that I just cut. And then I think I'll make a tag out of this one. So I'm making this super simple today on this one. I mean, I'm going to add some things to it, but it's Tim Holtz paper, so you don't need to add like crazy amounts of stuff, I feel like. So we know that that's, sorry, 6 by 6. So I'm going to just try to make this like, I'm thinking, let's go a little less. We'll go almost 2.5. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/8. I'm telling you, I suck at this. Just so I know it fits is what I want. And there's not a ton of flowers on there. And you know, you could do things like making a hinge in here, but I'm going to stitch around here. So, yeah, I don't want it to be too big, too wide. So 2 5/8 is what I decided on. And then we're just gonna clip these, and I think you could definitely write on that. So I don't think you need to go crazy with the back, putting anything on the back, because it's got that nice green. Most of them are printed, you know, with a design on this side, and then the other side, that's a design too, but it's a lighter design, like just a background type design. So I brought out those little things, but I don't know if I'll use them. So these little back of the book things is what I'm trying to get across, I guess, is that these are definitely useful, these little, yeah, I don't like those with the, I don't know. I don't like it. It's too many of the same types of things, in my opinion. So I'm going to add some other things. I think I'll add a Tracy Fox label. I know, real shocker, when we tend to do these, I don't know why, but these labels are just like the go-to. They just look good. They go well with it. So it just works. I don't know. What else to say but that? I like it down there better. And maybe a bit of book page. Like I said, I'm not going to put a ton of stuff on these because there's really no reason to. Let me grab some book page. Thought I had more sitting over here, but no. I kind of like these in the front of the dictionary, the color and all that. We don't have to worry about any bad words, which is nice. I've started when I go to the dollar store. I went today, and I've started buying, looking for cookbooks for glue books, because then when I make journaling cards and whatever out of it, I don't have to worry about what does it say and Lordy. So yeah, just a little tip you might want to try. Buy yourself a cookbook. Plus, a lot of them are like a wider width, which is kind of nice. Just for something to add. I don't know. I'm probably not the best with the botanical because I do tend to like putting people on everything. It's just my thing. It's my thing. But there are lots of ladies that do, amazing things with the botanicals, that is for sure. I guess that's why I never really got into it, because I feel like there's enough people doing that. I sort of did it for a while, but and I'm sure a lot of it is because of Tim Holtz, you know, all his stuff. It just has that, it's a cool look, you know. Just torn a little. This is some handmade paper that my aunt made that I was telling you guys about, and I really think, again, I haven't talked to her about it, but I think she used paper towels, and I think that's genius. So I think if you peel them apart, you know, to their finest layer, and then like she put string, this is like sewing string that's in here, in between, and then I'm not sure what she used to like make it all stick back together, but anyway, very cool. She's like I am. She's always doing something, or I'm like she is, or something. She's always doing something different all the time. So this isn't like, we haven't talked about how she did these, because it's something new. I haven't seen her do that before. I'm going to actually go ahead and ink that a little bit, just to make those show up a little more. So yeah, the backs of those Tim Holtz things, I feel like you could make all sorts of different cool pockets. So definitely play with them because they're good. Yeah, now I'm just worried. I hope my husband gets home okay. I'll turn it this way. He got bumped on his last flight, but they paid him money, so that was good. He's like, I'm taking the money. That's easy money. I'm like, it's fine. Just stuck there, that's all. Okay. That's where his quote-unquote, like, well, actually, I don't think that is the parent hospital. I think that one's somewhere else. But anyways, works for a whole, you know, they all buy each other out and all that. I don't even know. But anyway, so that's why he has to go there from time to time. Luckily, it's not a lot, but it's still annoying. Especially when the weather's like this. Did a little squishy scrunchy there. Now I think I need some stamping. Stamping. VersaFine I like best because it tends to work the best for me. Longer. The pads, the stamp pads seem to be better to me. So I like them. Okay, so that's all I think I'm going to do to that. I don't think it needs a lot more. I don't want to cover up all that beautifulness. I mean, I think you probably could like add a bird or something up here, but I think I'm just going to leave it the way it is. And we'll do a different pocket. So I'll show you a couple pockets since we're not doing a whole lot of decorating here. Oh, I was going to use that too. I love these little circle do-was. One of these up here. That'll. Oh, God. Something on that piece of the stamp pad is what it looks like. Okay. Yeah, I like that. It gives it a little zip. Okay, we'll do another one. I'll use one of these little ones. I just have to figure out which one I want. What did I decide? Sorry. Smacked into the camera, of course. I'm trying to, what I'm doing is looking to see what's going to be the front and what's going to be the back kind of thing. I mean, you can do little pockets like the one I just did out of these too. Just make, you know, little pockets. But I like to also do something else. I thought I had one picked and then I can't remember what it was. I guess we'll just go with this bottom one. Doesn't really matter. They're all cool. They're all going to make wonderful little goodies. It's fun to make little pockets out of these and then hook them together to make like a tag type book, hinge journal, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to use all three of these and not this one, so this will probably be the tag. That'll go in the pocket. So I'm going to trim that down just a little because obviously it's not going to fit in the pocket in its full size. So I trimmed it down to 2 3/4 roughly. Actually, I'm going to take just to make it 2 3/4. Just want to make sure it fits into the pocket because we're going to have that problem again where it may not fit perfectly. So you take the one on this side and fold it to the back and you're going to lose a neat picture, but I mean, you can't save the picture on both sides of all of these, I don't think, unless you just keep them in little squares and stick them in pockets, which is, you know, that would work too. And then this one's going to come to the front. Now this one, I don't feel like necessarily goes with the other ones, but that's just the way it worked out. So I'm going to glue, this is going to be a pocket right here. This is going to be, you know, like my open and close flap. So that's what we're going to do. I need my, where'd I put it? Right there. My little thumb notcher. Just so we know it's a pocket. And ink, don't ink. That is personal preference. I don't really have any exciting things to talk about. It's just been my battles with the ice and snow. That's all I got going on. That and just trying to, you know, keep up with normal life. So. Alright. I did figure out a birthday present for my daughter. Yay! I was struggling with that. I don't normally struggle with her at all. The boys are usually the hard ones for me because the stuff they want, one, costs too much, and two, you know, a lot of it has to do with computers and whatever, and I just don't get all of it. And so, yeah, they're the ones that are difficult for me. But for some reason, I think it's because we just did Christmas. It's just hard sometimes to think of something when you just did that, basically. My niece is doing well. She's still hanging in there. Now she's golden. Thank goodness. So I thank you guys, because you do mention her a lot, and I really do appreciate that so much. So sweet. You all. I can't ever see on this little tiny one if it's actually in there or not. So yeah, I mean, these could not be any simpler, but it's a great idea. And you could do this with just any scrapbook paper, especially if it's double-sided. These little squares here are, I can't ever remember. That's centimeters. Oh, the Lordy. 3 by 3. I don't know why I was struggling with that, but I was. Okay. 3 by 3. So you couldn't do this with the 6 by 6 because there isn't, there's only 2 next to each other. You could, the one that's under the 6 by 6, you could fold it up from the bottom, and that would work, and then glue the 2 sides, or, you know, here and here. That would also work. So this one on the back would be upside down, but if it's one of these, it wouldn't make any difference. Now I have to figure out what I want to put on there, and I have no idea. I don't have a whole lot of botanical like cut out and stuff anymore. I just don't use a ton of it, so I just don't have a lot of it. I have these stickers. I don't know why, I just got into other stuffs. No, I don't think I'm gonna like anything. See, I like to have just one floral thing, you know what I mean? And then something else. I don't know, I don't like multiple florals on one. Although that one wouldn't be too bad. I say that and then I'm like, oh no, it's not too bad. It's small enough, I think I like it. But generally, yes, I won't use multiple florals on the same page. I think that one would work. Kind of that sort of brings it together with the one on the other page. So I'm going to use a little bit of this because I'm worried that that's just going to get lost because it's just washi. It's nothing major. And we could use a little of our faux tape stuff. Oh my gosh, already 24 minutes. I thought I was gonna just whip through these and then it'd be like, oh wow, why did I even bother turning on the camera today? But actually it's taking me longer than I thought. I think I'm moving in slow motion today. I kind of slept late this morning. It threw me off. I couldn't go to sleep last night, which is quite common when my husband's not here, just because I'm so used to him being here. So I slept later than I normally would. So that just throws me off for the day when I do that. I didn't have my alarm clock husband to wake me up. He's one of those 5 a.m. people. Wasn't always that way, just since he's gotten older. A lot of times I can just ignore him, but I'm a very light sleeper. So it doesn't take anything to wake me up. Usually, every so often. It's like, wow, how did I sleep through that? Does happen. Just not a lot. These are my bingo bits. They're just little, exactly that, bits of bingo cards. I just like numbers on things, so I made these so I can put numbers on things. I'll just go like that. Like that. So yep, you could do a little mass make with all the million little pieces of paper in the back of the tin molds. Stacks of paper, if you so chose. They're fun though. And like I said, you can hinge them together like a hinge journal, and they're cute, cute, cute. Do a few little stamps on that. And use I guess I have the best things out already. Maybe we'll use this. It says Barcelona, Spain. I don't know why, but they're just some cheapy stamps I got. Some other things, I don't know why, but I liked them because they were kind of a postal theme for a lot of the other ones. Well, that one even kind of is, but anyway. Alright, there's that. So that one's all done. So then now we will move on to number 8, which is Halloween. Botanical, you could just, you could just go forever, I'm pretty sure. Because you could use Edith Holden. There's a million things, really, that you could use. Tracy Fox, Tim Holtz. So this is one of our book pages, and this was just, you know how you can get sometimes the whole page to come out of a book. So I just folded it at its natural fold and folded up the bottom. I did cut it off the sides because I didn't want all this extra plain color that was over here, and plus it would have been too wide for a journal because it's 4. 4 by 5 1/4 with that bottom part folded up, and that fold is, well, it's a little over 2, yeah, 2 1/8. So, yeah, that's all it is. But it can be any size that your book page is. It doesn't matter. Just what works for your journal. So I have this, which, Halloween, yes, that we're doing Halloween, which seems very backwards right now, but that's the thing with drawing out of a bag. You just never know what you might get. And then I had these scraps of paper, and I know these are from Wonderbar Crafts, and I'm pretty sure it's Wonderbar Crafts. So I'm pretty sure she still got them in her shop. She just doesn't make stuff anymore that I know of. I haven't talked to her in ages. She's a good friend of mine, but you know how life is. It just goes on, and you don't, I don't know, stay in touch very well sometimes. And I'm horrible about that. I'm not even good about staying in touch with my family, so. I mean, my immediate family, yes, but as it branches out, I'm not good. Not good at it. Not good at it at all. So, I think it's because we never really, when I was growing up, it was my grandparents and my dad and my sister and I. And other than that, we didn't see a whole lot of other family members. So 1636, that's crazy. I mean, that's not when this book was from. It's the history of England. But yeah, so I don't know. I guess it just, I never got used to that. Traveling to see them or whatever, because we just didn't do a lot of that. I come by the homebodiness, honestly. My dad wasn't much of a traveler or anything either, so. I mean, we did go some places, but just not a lot. This is a Tim Holtz Halloween piece. I'm pretty sure feels like it. So there. Little Halloween bingo. And then I have this, and I don't even know where I got this because it's been floating around in my junk forever. It's probably something I just found like on Pinterest or something ages ago when I very first was making cards and whatever. So I'm sorry I don't have, I got no info on that. It's just something I found. I'm sure if you did a search on Etsy, you might be able to find something kind of like it. I wasn't about to start printing out a bunch of stuff, and I didn't want to go through everything, so I went through my easiest batch of Halloween stuff to find. And found some goodies. I'm not digging out Halloween right now. Just not doing it. Trying to unbury myself from all the other holidays. But that's super cute, so it's perfect. It's perfect. Oh, you know what? I don't want to glue that yet because I want to see where I want this. Because I want that little piece of paper. This is just a little scrap of paper I found that's really good. Don't know. in my junk. I think it might be another one of Denise at Wonderbar Crafts. It looks like the flap of one of her little envelope things. It's probably what it is. Just gonna put it down here. add a little bit of this again because it's losing it's drying. It dries fast. Not as fast as art glitter glue, but still really fast. I think it's because you put such a little tiny strip. You know, it dries fast. So. And I have just a little postage stamp I thought I could put in this corner, maybe this corner. I don't want to cover up my pumpkin. It's cute. Ooh, that's a brittle one. She looks a little spooky on there. So I thought it worked. Where did I put my... This again. I think that will work. I don't know what I did with my little hairspray top thingy. I just had it. Don't know. Guess I'm not using that. It's clear, so I'm sure it's right in front of my nose. Alright, and then we're just going to take maybe some stuff and put on here. I'm not worried about covering every inch of it because I do like the old page. And again, I think this is also Denise's. It just all went well and I had it available using what I got. It's good to get rid of some of this stuff anyway, just because, you know, if you don't use it all the time, just taking up space. Lord knows I can use all the space I can get. Ooh, screech, sorry. Now you could, if you wanted to, like turn this into another pocket. I'm not going to do that today, but you definitely could go all out and have all kinds of little tuck spots and things. Cute. I do love the fall always. It's one of my favorites for sure. I think I like it even better than spring and summer as far as just that earthy tones and all that. I just love all that. Pumpkins, and even though they are orange. If you've been with me for a while, you know my dislike of orange. Nothing against anyone who likes it. It's just not my favorite. Oh, let's see, maybe a little of this kind of orangey burlap. Just a little. That one has some corn on it, but it's fine. Good enough for both. And I'm gonna mess up that side. I like this kind of cute Halloween, especially when it's nowhere near Halloween. For some reason, it just makes me happy. And this will all just help strengthen those pockets so they hopefully won't rip. You might get a little ripping at the top of that if you use the old book page like this is. Because it just does that. they came and graded our road, you know, like got a lot of the snow off the main part of the road, but then they piled it all up in front of our driveways. It's like, that's not really helping, because now it's like, gun it to get, you know, in and out of your driveway. Ay, 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 sometimes. So then I have just all kinds of little goodies to stick in these pockets, and these pieces are part of what Denise had in her kit, her fall kit. And then this is, I think, another piece of her fall kit. And these are graphic 45 little bits. I just love that little girl with the pumpkin. I'm not even sure. I think that was one of their, what do you call those? Calendar. Calendar things. You know, those things. What do you call them? The things that nobody uses anymore, because we all have phones and stuff. Does anybody buy calendars anymore? I used to still for a long time, and I do have a kitchen calendar that I write on, you know, the month and what's going on and whatever, and I don't always even do that anymore because the kids aren't here and we don't have as many activities going, but I don't know, I just don't use a calendar. If I need to know a date or whatever, I just look on my phone. Isn't that weird? I mean, what would we do without those stinking phones? It's insane. Like, honestly, it's sort of terrifying. I mean, not that you don't know how to use a calendar, but it's just weird how much we use them now. And we went all those years not using anything like that at all. I was watching a show. Oh, it was that tourist show, that crazy Australian, which it's a great show, but anyway, it's just crazy. But I think it was that one. There was a payphone in a payphone booth that this girl found, and, you know, went in there to make a call, and I was just thinking, do those still exist? Because they don't exist anywhere that I know about. And I kind of feel like they should, because I don't know, what if you had an emergency and whatever, your phone wasn't working or something? It seems like they would still be good to have in a few places. We first told our kids about payphones. That was so funny. They just were like, what? They were just like there and everybody used them? I'm like, yes. Oh, I love some of those conversations with kids in our modern age. That and rotary phones. That was another one that totally threw my son for a loop. We saw one in a antique store, and he's like, how does it even work? It was funny. It's like, yeah, I used to have one of those at my dad's house. Like, that's what we used every day. He's like, but that's ridiculous. It'd take you so long to call some, you know, dial. It's like, yeah, I guess, but that's all we knew, so we didn't even think about it. You just dialed, and that was hilarious. He was totally perplexed with that. That takes forever. You have to wait for the number to come all the way. It's like, oh my gosh. Yep. Okay, so we have botanical for number 7. These are our botanical pieces out of Tim Holt's End of the Stacks. And Halloween is number 8. So I hope you guys will do the Halloween one. I'm sorry, I know it didn't fall at the right time, but that's the thing about drawing out of a, you know, prompts out of a bag. It just happens when it happens, and you get what you get. If you do not want to do it, you do not have to. Don't feel like, oh, well, forget it, I'm not doing this challenge, because that's ridiculous to do Halloween at this time of the year. I didn't do it on purpose. So, just have a little fun with it. And then next Halloween, you'll be happy if you make Halloween journals. You can do some fall thing too if you're not into Halloween. you'll be happy you have it. So anyways, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and we will chat again soon. Love you guys. Bye.